know when you are filling out some paperwork and it's all those boxes, I need you to make your own box and write other, because your box may not have a name for it yet. You might be the first person who does something in your box. The way that I keep saying box is like tripping me out. You guys, I have a dirty brain. So we've learned that following trends is the fastest and best way to grow. We're all trying to follow what's working. And that's exactly what's killing our creativity and ruining our motivation. Trends literally show us everything that's popular. We get our slang from trends. We get our outfit ideas from trends. We get our content ideas from trends. You watch so many people doing the exact same thing that you start to think, if I don't do it like this, then it won't work. And that's when creativity starts to feel like comparison. You start to think, how can I get my stuff to look like theirs? How can I get the following they have? And then sooner or later, you'll start to think, how can I be more like them? I started seeing the most growth on my channel once I decided to just put out whatever came to my brain. Sometimes it flops and sometimes it doesn't, but they're all my ideas. They all came from me and what I thought was important to say at the time. I'm leaning into the fact that I'm a beginner, and I'm leaning into letting people see the real me. Before, I was doom scrolling for hours, watching all of these social media experts tell me how to grow on social media fast. For example, I'm trying to grow my Instagram following, so I watch a lot of creators who know how to grow their accounts. I would literally have like their content and my content side by side, trying to recreate what they're doing. Quick lighting change. I was trying to make the lighting better for you guys. I was finding myself getting so frustrated. Like literally every time I would try to make a thumbnail or a carousel, I was getting so angry and frustrated, and I didn't know why. Until one day I was editing and something just hit me. I'm trying to fit into a box that I was never meant to fit in. I'm really not good at making thumbnails. It's because
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
you guys, the light just died. So I find it hard to get what I'm thinking on my brain onto the actual canvas. I just found myself getting so frustrated when it wasn't aesthetic, when it wasn't perfect, when it wasn't pretty. That's all I see. I just see the perfect 4 grid photos with the perfect fonts and the perfect everything, just like the perfect vibe. I realize I am literally so far from being aesthetic. I am so far away from those women. I am not in the same category as them. I'm making content for people who are not aesthetic. I'm making content for people who are messy, whose lives feel chaotic. They're just looking for a way out or hope or just positive messages for someone to say what they've been thinking but don't know how to express it. And let me tell you, that doesn't look pretty. So why am I trying to fit into a box that's not mine? And once my purpose became clear, everything just started to fall in line. I felt like I was making content more in alignment with me. I felt myself getting more excited because I know what I need to put out now. I want to be my own creator. I want people to be able to recognize my style for me. The reason why you're uncomfortable right now isn't because you're doing it wrong. It's because you're supposed to be building a category that fits for you. You know when you are filling out some paperwork and it's all those boxes, I need you to make your own box and write other, because your box may not have a name for it yet. You might be the first person who does something in your box. The way that I keep saying box is like tripping me out. You guys, I have a dirty brain. So stop asking yourself what's working right now and start asking yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be? I feel like that's way more important than following trends or following what's getting people the most views. You can get views, but building an actual community, that's what's the hard part. And it sucks because when you're doing things right, it comes slower. When you're building a bridge brick by brick, it's hard. When you're starting from scratch, from zero, it's hard to work so hard and it feels like you're not accomplishing anything. But you won't start feeling fulfilled until you start feeling aligned. Isn't that what it's all supposed to be about? To be in alignment with who you are? I feel like somewhere along the way, we really lost the plot. My whole brand is built around fear. I feel like everything just goes back to fear, because the reason why people follow trends is because they're scared that if they come up with their own thing, people won't care. We're scared to be different. We all grew up where if you were different, you were made fun fun of. We're scared to be the purple elephant. If you never heard of the purple elephant theory, she says, as if she hasn't just learned about this a couple of days ago, you scroll past the same type of influencers every day. I don't want you guys to think that I'm only talking about, content creation and social media and stuff like that. This can literally go for like anything that you're into. We scroll past the same type of creators every day. They're using the same fonts, they're using the same style of thumbnails, they're using the same audios, until you scroll past that one person who has a style that you've never seen before. And of course, you're going to click on their profile because you want to see more videos from them and you want to see where have they been this whole time. They might be in the same niche, but they present it a totally different way to where it's interesting because it's something different. They aren't afraid to be the first. They aren't afraid to be the outlier. And for so long, I was scared to be the outlier. I wanted to blend in with the rest of the vlog girlies. And now I just feel completely different. I want to stand out because I want to attract more people who are aligned with my message. One day when I was younger, I broke my iPhone. I think it was one of the first iPhones that I've ever had, and I broke it. And my mom was basically telling me that she didn't know if she was going to be able to get me another one. I started crying, and I remember my mom asking me, "Why are you crying?" Because I had originally had an Android before I had that iPhone. And so it was like, "Why are you crying?" Because it's not like you always had the iPhone. And she asked me, was I scared that I wasn't going to fit in with my friends? And now when I look back on that, that was the first time that I felt like I had to fit in. That's when I realized that being a part of the crowd or being a part of the majority was important to me. I want to make a whole different video on this. I have to be the one to break the cycle. If I want more, if I want bigger things for myself, I have to be the one to break the cycle. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury where I can be like everyone else because I gotta go. I have to break out of the cycles that I grew up on. And that's for a whole different video, but you're not going to grow being like everyone else. You have to start asking yourself, how do I want to feel when I do this thing? Because when I was trying to be like everybody else and it was failing because people can see through that when you're trying to be like other people. That's what made me feel so discouraged and just frustrated. But once I actually sat down and I asked myself those questions, who am I? What is the purpose of this? How do I want to feel when I do this? What do I want to give to the people who are watching this? That's when everything just literally starts to click for me. That's how I ended up here today on your screen. So hopefully I can be your purple elephant because that's the goal. Hashtag purple elephant in the comments down below. But that is all that I had to say on this topic today. Recently, I've been talking about things that are related to me in the moment. So if you guys have anything that you want to talk about or anything that you want me to talk on, please leave it in the comments down below and I promise you I will make a video about it. In my last video, I talked about how taking accountability in your relationships can actually progress your self-love journey. It's actually one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. If you want to watch that video, you click right here and you can subscribe right here today. I don't think I talked about how we've hit 100 subscribers, so I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for that. I cannot wait to see how much we grow in the new year. I made a whole community post about it. Oh yeah, my name is Jayla. I call myself your big sister in all things wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness, and emotional wellness. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!